Hey guys, great to see you here again. Welcome to the Mountain Goat Sessions, a space where creativity climbs beyond borders. In this new series, we're taking you on a global journey to meet the voices, visionaries and rebels with rhythm who aren't just making music, they're making an impact. From artists who gave sound a revolution to rising stars crafting change with every beat, we're shining a light on the musicians who move us, inspire us, and shake the world awake. These aren't just hits, they're histories. These aren't just artists, they're architects of culture, builders of bridges, and sometimes the spark behind social movements. Every session will highlight one artist, past or present, whose musical message shaped something greater. Their story, their struggle, their sound. This is music with a mission. And this is the Mountain Goat Sessions. Please bang that subscribe bell. Smash that like button and share the video, okay? Let's go!
She raps with fire, flows like poetry, and walks a path shaped by two continents. This is the journey of Sampa the Great. Born in Zambia, raised in Botswana, and artistically reborn in Australia, her sound defies genre. Her voice commands attention. And her story, well, it starts with a spark lit by Tupac. As a teen, it was Tupac's truth-telling that shook something awake. His courage to speak on injustice and identity became the pulse in her own voice. But it wasn't just Tupac who helped shape her, it was her homeland too. Zambian traditions, Botswanan upbringing, African pride, all of it poured into her lyrics. Then came the move to Australia, and with it, a turning point. In 2017, a powerful shift happened on a national scale. triplej, Australia's youth broadcaster, gave Sampa a platform, and she took it with fire. Her track Final Form didn't just make the triplej Hottest 100, it stormed the countdown at 89 in 2019. A stunning moment for African-Australian representation, but that wasn't the first or last time she left a mark. She delivered jaw-dropping like a version covers, including an unforgettable rendition of Kendrick Lamar's DNA, where her lyrical power met political force, and she made it her own. It was raw, proud, unapologetically Sampa. triplej didn't just play her music. They became a part of her platform, giving space to a new kind of narrative in Australian music. For an African-born black woman MC to take that stage and own it was groundbreaking. It helped open doors for others. And she never forgot where she came from. Her 2022 album, As Above, So Below, recorded entirely in Zambia, was a return to the source. It wasn't just music, it was medicine. A celebration of heritage, womanhood, and sound without borders. Sampa the Great turned global sounds into personal power. From Lusaka to triplej to the world stage, she didn't ask for space, she claimed it. And in doing so, she made room for all of us. Sampa the Great and Angeliquekidjo, voices of power. Two continents, two generations, one powerful lineage of rhythm, voice, and vision. From Benin to the world, Angeliquekidjo rose, a sonic force, breaking borders, blending afrobeats, soul, funk, and tradition. A four-time Grammy winner, an activist activist, a global icon, Kidjo is Africa's voice on the world stage. And decades later, from Zambia via Botswana to Melbourne, came SampaTheGreat, a lyrical poet with a message as bold as her sound. She spits truth with fire, fusing hip-hop, neo-soul and heritage, unapologetically African, undeniably powerful. For Sampa, Kidjo was more than music. She was a blueprint, a light, a reminder that identity is not a limitation, it's a foundation. In 2020, these two giants finally stood on the same stage, not just to share the mic, but to pass the torch from one fearless voice to the next. This is more than music. It's a revolution through rhythm, a connection of past, present, and future. This is SampaTheGreat and angeliquekidjo, Africa Amplified. Here are some excerpts from an interview almost 3 years ago in Zambia with That Said podcast and SampaTheGreat.
Yeah, one thing I've really appreciated about the work you guys have been doing, especially if I can just get back to Sampa for a bit, I've been watching a lot of your songs from the time we knew that we were going to do this album, and you have sort of worked tirelessly to conscientize us youths in this country, especially about pride in our skin color, our cultures. Where has this come from?
I mean, the first place I went to outside of Africa was the States. And it was such a huge culture shock, and the racism was so much that I had a view of how people see Africans outside of Africa. Yeah. And it was so harsh and so deep that I told myself, I'm not leaving this continent until I'm proud of myself, because no one can make me feel less. And then going to Australia and starting my career and just seeing how easy it was for them to remove the Zambian bit of my name and just be like, she's Australian or she's Zambian Australian, just so that they can remove the connection to Africa, to Zambia. To me, it made it seem like for young Zambians, this is less achievable for them because this person is Australian. Yeah, okay, that's cool, but she's Australian. The truth of the matter is all these dreams, these inspirations started from here. I was writing songs here in Zambia and Botswana. I was there with my notepad, writing them in Lubuto, in Luansha, in my grandma's house, in Ndola. That's where I grew up. I was writing these songs there. And the more I saw the world see this excellence and try and remove my Africanness from it, the more I saw how it was important to make sure people know that this music comes from Africa.
I see where the aggression comes from. She's Kopala. Yeah. She's Kopala. You knew there had to be that secret ingredient.
I mean, you left Zambia and you went to America. This is where they're shooting black people, right?
Yeah.
And this is where you took yourself.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That was the only place I've never made music. That was the only place I never made music because it was that deep. I was like,
Hey, let me ask you a question. Yeah. I was watching Davido. He was on the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. And he spoke about the sound, how his sound sort of changed. When he was in Nigeria and when he was making music in Nigeria, how authentic it would sound because of his surroundings. And then he went to America and obviously worked with other producers who felt his music needs to take a certain turn to be accepted. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Has that happened when your music started, the way that you would create your music and then you leave, you go to Australia or other places and you make music there, and they sort of try to change the way you sound?
They've tried but failed.
So that's happened. They've tried to do that.
Oh yeah, or you would sound way better if it was pop, or you'd sound way better if you had less of this, or even just in Bona, one of our songs that's coming out, I'm rapping in Setswana. They're like, don't you want to change that? All the time, but I think I wouldn't. If anyone else made my music for me, it wouldn't be me, and I'm just not that kind of artist. But it happens to any and all artists. You just have to really stand firm in the music that you make.
Great. Can we talk about your influences though? I've been sampling music by Bahamadia and videos, Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Who are your influences? For me, I'll pick those as maybe your direct influences. Or am I getting this all wrong?
I mean, Bahamadia, I only really heard about her 2 or 3 years into my career. Right. People said I sounded like her, but I never heard her music before. And so my biggest, and the afro and everything, I was just like, oh, this is crazy. The only person I believed who told me I sound like her was Lauryn Hill. And Lauryn Hill was my biggest inspiration. She was like, yeah, you sound like her.
Really?
Like Bahamadia, not like Lauryn.
What else I pronounced it? I pronounced it wrong there.
That's how I saw it.
I think what he's surprised about is that you spoke Lauren.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what
It's surprising.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you spoke with Lauren.
Oh yeah.
you did.
I supported her. That's my dream come true. I just need to work on a song with her, and then I
went through that Jesus Christ moment.
when?
No, as in, because like when we're doing this album, like every time I'll be like, I think we should feature. I just mentioned some names.
Yeah.
Like a huge artist.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, this person follows me on my.
And you wish they did.
It's funny.
And it's true. Like the artists, literally, like these huge artists who know Sampa, like that. So it's
But you know what's dope? Lauryn Hill is so huge, but the most humble artist out of all the artists that I've met. Like you wouldn't expect that from her. She's so humble.
She has one album, right? Still.
First of all, is that supposed to be like a side jab at her?
No.
That's
actually
it's
a
how
compliment.
great she is. Like
Okay.
you can do
Like,
one and
because
just
Everybody jabs her. Everybody
No,
like
I'm saying I'm actually impressed.
Yeah.
Right.
That one album
That
did
one
that.
album, and that's the
100%.
Miseducation, right?
Justification Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And right now, people that know of Lauryn Hill, just like when you tell people like, do you know how many albums Biggie had when he died?
Yeah.
Like his name was so big, but when you look at it, you only had like two albums,
Yeah.
right? So people are like, what? Really? So it's actually a compliment.
It's not about the quantity, it's the quality.
Yeah.
And she gave us quality.
Another thing that is crazy.
Like Angeliquekidjo,
There you
who
go.
won, and you rule Africa. I was saying, I've been following your
I'm going to
socials
jail.
quite closely, especially. And
Kelly.
I know you're not
Give it
into
30 years.
industry politics and all, but I need to ask this. I know you're not really into industry politics, and always sees you promoting your art, your music, and all that. Let me just quote something here. Where does your mind go when you see comments, see what people are getting so political? People are talking about she's not a Zambian artist like that because of how long she's been in Australia and how it looks like our artist struggles ain't yours. Somebody tweeted this. How do you feel about
That's
this?
fair. I mean, that's your point of view.
Yeah.
I think I've come to a point where I don't try and defend myself or explain myself for people. Like, that's your point of view, and that's fine. I know who I am. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So if that's what you think, that's what you think. I know I'm Zambian. I don't have to try and constantly prove that to you. So that's
This comes back to what we spoke about in the preamble, where people think you're not Zambian, like you're more Australian than Zambian. Like considering a lot of people have been saying this, and some celebrity in Zambia said this. Sampa's using African clout and flag
That's funny.
to advance her career because all eyes are on African music now and not so much Australia.
So why isn't he doing the same? Because it won't work for him.
That's
on Twitter?
funny. That's funny.
I didn't quite. I can't
You must not listen to my music. I mean, from the Great Mixtape, I've been very proud of where I'm from and who I am.
You've always repped
in fact,
Zambia.
I've repped being African more than people who have switched. Like people switched during the Black Lives Matter. I've been about it, so you can say
Are you really reading comments off Twitter?
yeah.
Yeah, that
We actually listen to
negative
you,
place.
like, what you are
no.
reading
Just
on
asking
the
about that industry politics.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
And listen, even if she wasn't, does that make her any less talented?
Nah. I mean, that's why she's here.
Yeah.
This podcast is about movers, shakers, the trendsetters, the change makers.
And that's
She's a
why
major
the
change
person
maker.
who is tweeting that is where they are furiously masturbating.
Wow.
Because they're not happy with their lives, right?
Oh my goodness.
Jinx.
I need to take you to my church, bro.
I will.
It's the fact that we both we're like, wow.
I will burst into flames. First off, your pastor will be like, who told you to drink this year?
No, my pastor will handle it.
Bring him here. He needs more work.
What are your thoughts on female musicians who, make music with high sexual content? Because you're not about that. You're fully
What
dressed.
makes you think I'm not about that?
No, you're not. Every music video I've seen with SampaTheGreat in it, you're fully clothed.
Have you seen
and-
Lane?
Which one?
Lane.
Lane? Are you naked in Lane?
Have you seen Lane?
No. Is she naked?
Is it on X videos?
No, I've not seen. Is she naked?
Wow.
But let's put it this way.
Okay, do you know
95%
what?
of
Do
the
you know
time,
what? It's really not even a shame to discuss femininity in front of a group of guys. But for me,
No, but
as a woman,
because as a guy, you can still be.
no, 100%. But also, you're thinking from the point of view of somebody. It's the same.
Also, he's very in touch with his feminine side. So you can
That's
bring it up.
okay, a
Yeah.
woman still. That's
Yeah.
fine. But the struggles that you face are not going to be the struggles I face.
Right.
But the reason I'm saying that though is why can't a woman be the full spectrum? Why can't she be sexy, smart? Like why does it have to end at Sampa doesn't do that? She must be this type of woman. I'm every woman. And I will cover every spectrum. Exactly. So I'll answer that question that way.
And do you feel like maybe women in music are judged mostly by their bodies and not
What
their
they wear,
talent? Yeah.
100%. A dude could wear a sweatshirt and jump on stage in hip hop, and that's that dude. But let a woman wear something that's off and rap like crazy, or be like, look at her hair though. Like, it's so stupid. It is so stupid.
That is so. And speaking of judging,
Yeah.
so these disrespectful ass people judge me because I'm short. Guess what she
I'm
is?
sure.
Guess what she is?
Same
And do you
WhatsApp
see, and do you see
495?
how great she is?
group. Same WhatsApp group.
Exactly. Do you know who else is short? Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is
Yeah,
short.
he is short.
He's short. Tom Cruise can run under a
Was it like
dining room
5'1"?
table with his legs straight.
Wow.
Okay, no, he can't, but in my mind I can imagine.
Mike, please talk about the drums that you produced for the song.
Let's talk to Mary for a little bit. Yeah, right, Sampa. Before we come back to you on the I've got a lot of questions about women in the industry, but we'll come back to you in a little bit. I think we'll take a break.
Am I speaking for all women in the industry? Damn.
Yeah, you will in a bit. You might.
Now, without further ado, let's have a listen to the new song called Echoes of a Goat from Mountain Goat Productions to wrap up this Mountain Goat session featuring Sampa the Great. So the new track is a songography. A songography is a mini biography told in a song. The new song Echoes of a Goat is dedicated to the one and only Sampa the Great.
They said you can't find home in the waveform, but she heard Lusaka in the bass drum, heard Pac in the pen, a prophet in pain, heard Kidjo in the wind, singing truth in the rain. Yeah. She was born where the sun meets copper red soil. A Z-born girl with a quiet coil of turmoil. Moved through the motherland, rhymes in her pack. Books full of verses where her soul fought back. Mama played hymns, Baba played jazz. She studied the silence between trumpet and brass. Botswana breeze, Lusaka night. She was raised on stories and satellite lights. She's the echo of a goat, the flame of Kidjo, the soul of Pac and a Zambian flow. From the booth to the bush, he speaks what she knows. If they lit the spark and she became the glow. When that goat, the flame of Kidjo, the soul of Pac and a Zambian flow. From the booth to the bush, I speaks what she knows. If they lit the spark and she became the glow. She flew to Oz with a dream and a drum. Told him she don't sing soft, she spits where she's from. Mic in her palm like a griot scroll. Every verse she writes feeds her ancestral soul. They were ready for truth in that studio booth. They wanted bars, not burdens, but she gave them uncouth. Triple J post with the heart of a plan. Final form dropped, now the world understands. Kidjo sang light into African night. Pac dropped bars that shaped her fight. Now she writes in rhythm, moves with grace. That legacy echoes in every space. She's the echo of a goat, the rhythm of kings. Wrote her legacy in verses, not material things. From Pac to the plains, from Benin to Zed. Channels the past in every word said. Not just a rapper, she's roots in a verse, a prayer in motion, a blessing and curse. If Pac was the storm and Kidjo the flame, that she is the thunder that carries their name now. So when they ask where she's from, tell them from Tupac's fire and Kidjo's breath. From exile turn anthem. From Lusaka to stages that stretch worldwide. She's not chasing greatness, she is the great. Just ask the GOAT.
And that's a wrap on this episode of Mountain Goat Sessions. Huge thanks to you, our incredible viewers, for climbing this creative mountain with us. Whether you tuned in for the music, the stories, or just the vibe, we're grateful you made it to the summit. If you felt inspired, moved, or entertained, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the journey. Your support helps us keep the sessions alive and the goats climbing higher. We've got more raw talent coming your way, so stay tuned, stay curious, and keep chasing that next peak. Until next time, keep your footing steady and your spirit wild. Peace.